And then there were 8. Hello, everybody, and welcome here to our first race of the second round, race number 20 of the debut season of the PCSRA Craftsman Truck Series. Getting ready for our first race of the second round, getting ready for our race here today at the Kansas Speedway. Last time out, that was 2 weeks ago at Pocono, we had our first elimination race in which J Ard and H Jenkins were sadly the two drivers eliminated from the playoffs. They look to finish off what has been a very interesting, very good season. Victoria Hughes on the pole position. She is 13th in the points table. Morgan Lohr is alongside in the 13th. She's 16th in the points. Ashton Ingersoll in row number 2. Ashton is 29th in the points. And the highest of our playoff contenders, Blake Wagner, or Wagner as we like to call him, he is tied for 7th in the standings. Your elite 8 drivers after last time out's elimination race. Billy Kitchens, Marcus Sellers are tied for the points lead. You look at the rest of the starting lineup. They have an 8-point cushion over Xavier Allsopp. Alex Winters, 9 points back. 10 back is Olivia Jackson. 11 back, J Bodine. And then 15 back, Blake Wagner and J Underhill. These trucks will go ahead and roll off for 27 laps of racing here today. And hold on. It's like everybody has rolled off onto the track, getting ready for the first race of the second round. Today is the running of the Kubota Tractor 200 at Kansas. Should be a very fun race here today. Right now, for the 8 drivers that are still in the hunt for the championship, if you win one of these 3 races, which is here today, our next race in 2 weeks at Talladega, and our final elimination race at Homestead, Miami, you punch your ticket into the championship 4, regardless of those 2 races coming up. Same deal with the Busch Series, because next week it's only Winston Cup Series in action. And here we go. The Kubota Tractor 200 is underway as we begin the round of 8 for the Truck Series. Winston Cup next week will head to Twin Ring Motegi. I believe we're heading to Twin Ring Motegi. No, we're heading to Atlanta. I'm sorry. Twin Ring Motegi will be on the schedule next season. Should be a lot of fun. J Underhill just shot Victoria Hughes out of the way. J Underhill goes to second. Caution for the first time today. I just saw the yellow lights come on, so Ashton Ingersoll will lead us back to our first caution of the day. Now the big question is, were any of our 8 remaining playoff drivers involved? If they are, this could put them in a very not-so-good situation. I see J Underhill, so he wasn't involved. Kind of scared who was involved. Let's see. Alex Winters, a playoff contender, involved! Oh, boy. Alex Winters involved, 4th in the standings. Lena Ritchie involved, Abigail Furling. Nobody else involved, but Alex Winters, a playoff contender, involved. Caution's out for the first time today. Let's jump back, find out what happened to Alex Winters and company in the early stages here at Kansas. Well, this was a case of the one truck overdriving the corner. That was Alina Ritchie. Hit the 9 truck of Aaron Hornish. Aaron Hornish came down, got Abigail Furling, and it swept up the 00 of Alex Winters. Took all 4 trucks into the wall. And J Ard, who just recently got eliminated from the playoffs, barely snuck through. And that's big right there. Three non-playoff contenders collected, but Alex Winters was the playoff driver involved. She came as race fourth in the points. She'll find herself in the danger zone. Lena Ritchie came in this race 20th in points. Has been a tough season. Same with Abigail Furling, who's 31st in points. And the other driver involved, Aaron Hornish, 34th in the standings. So the yellow's out for the first time today. Let's jump to the restart here at Kansas. Getting ready to go back to green on lap number 7 of 27. Should give us 21 laps of racing to go. Ashton Ingersoll, the leader. J Underhill, second. Third, Morgan Lohr. Xavier Allsopp, fourth. Victoria Hughes, fifth. Emma Keizer, sixth. Cody Goforth, seventh. Luis Hernandez, eighth. Lucy Granger, ninth. And Sam Vickers complete your top 10. Nobody out of the race from that incident, but 4 trucks, or technically 3 trucks. 4 trucks got damaged. Hornish, Furling, Winters, and Ritchie, Alina Ritchie. But all 36 that started this race going to take the restart. And of course, Alex Winters, one of our 8 remaining playoff drivers, she will be below the cut line heading into our next race in 2 weeks at Talladega Superspeedway, because next week is the Winston Cup Series from Atlanta. Green flag back in the air here on lap number 7. Let's find out where the remaining 7 are restarting. J Underhill is second. We know that. Wagner's 11th. Billy Kitchen's 19th. Sellers in 21st. Jamie Bodine 26th. Olivia Jackson in 28th. Now 29th because the ticker just got updated. And then Alex Winters, I mentioned, in 34th. Where's the 66? Running in 5th. Okay, so I have gone through the Elite Eight. All right, cool. This weekend is a tale of 2 stories. While Trucks and Busch start their first race of the semifinals, we're going to have our elimination race in 2 days' time, which is the Winston Cup Series, because they are the only ones racing next week when they head to Atlanta Motor Speedway to start the Elite Eight. Then all 3 they'll be at Darlington. I'm sorry, I just now looked. They're going to Darlington, not Atlanta. They're going to have the Southern 500 coming up. So it'll be Darlington, Dega, and then our final elimination race at Homestead to determine the final 4 for Toronto. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting old as far as that's concerned. Hope you all don't mind. Ashton Ingersoll, 29th in the points. 7 top 10s, has only led 4 laps this season. Coming up to the midway point of this race, M Keizer in second. Emma Keizer comes in this race 22nd in the points. Been a struggling season for that 3 team, but Keizer would like to try to finish her season with a trip to victory lane. She is not in the playoffs, that is. Xavier Allsopp running in third. He is one of the 8 remaining playoff drivers. As things stand, according to my live points, he would actually take the points lead because he was only a total of 8 points back of Billy Kitchens and Marcus Sellers, who were tied for the points lead when the points got reformatted. There's Billy Kitchens, our previous winner from Pocono 2 weeks ago. Tori Hughes, there's Curtis Glover, and Sam Vickers going backwards in a hurry. Keizer has taken the lead. Abigail Furling's off the pace due to the damage. So is Alina Ritchie. Alex Winters just trying to salvage something out of this day. That's going to be something else we're going to have to keep our eye on. Lap traffic that could play a factor in this race. Keizer and Ingersoll going side by side. That's allowing third place Xavier Allsopp to catch up. Here's the thing. If Allsopp goes to victory lane today, doesn't matter what happens at Talladega and Homestead. He's in the Elite 8 or in the Championship 4 regardless. The problem is he will not have his playoff points with him because everybody will be at will be tied on points. And first driver to cross the finish line is the champion, as Abigail Furling is going to be a factor before this thing is over with. Ingersoll and Keizer still not done sorting their battle. That's allowing Luis Hernandez and Xavier Allsopp to catch right up to these two. You know, you have 2 drivers who would like to go to victory lane, and then you have Xavier Allsopp, who's trying to punch his ticket early into the Championship 4, regardless of the next 2 weeks. And Talladega will set us up for a very interesting elimination race at Homestead, as we have 3 more Truck Series races to go after today. This will be the last off week for the Truck Series drivers after today's race. And then they will be with us for the last 3 races of the season once Winston Cup are on the second race, because remember, they will start the round of 8. And they have now caught Abigail Furling, who's holding up Keizer, and Allsopp's already in second. That's not good for Keizer, who got held up a bit. Ashton Ingersoll is going to use the lap truck as a pick, get around Luis Hernandez. And Ritchie could also play a factor in this, Alina Ritchie, that is. Here comes Xavier Allsopp. This is for the lead. Remember, Allsopp wins. He's in the Final 4 to compete for a championship, no matter what happens the next 2 races. And he's going to get around the Oreo Chevrolet of Keizer. Bring Ashton Ingersoll with him. Down to 5 to go. Here comes Allsopp. Or Allsopp has the lead. Here comes Ingersoll, excuse me. Allsopp trying to deny Allsopp a chance at the championship. But remember, Billy Kitchens is coming. There's Billy Kitchens right around Xavier Allsopp. Remember, this is the battle for the points lead. Allsopp shut the door on the Menard Chevrolet. He's underneath Ingersoll. Can he get underneath Keizer? Keizer shuts the door. Boy, we have a good battle for the lead, and we're going to have lap traffic that could possibly play a factor in this. One driver's trying to go to victory lane in Keizer. One driver's trying to punch his ticket to the championship 4 in Xavier Allsopp. Who wants it more? I know both drivers want it more. Because Allsopp's going for a championship. Keizer's just trying to find victory lane. She doesn't care about the championship. We're down to 2 to go. Remember, lap traffic could come into play in this race before too long. What an exciting race to start off the round of 8 for trucks. And we have to do it again tomorrow for Busch. And I can't wait for the elimination race for the Cup Series on Sunday. If a caution comes out, it will end the race under yellow. They're catching Alina Ritchie. This is going to be a big one right here. Next on by is the white flag. One more lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. There's the white flag. We'll race back no matter what. If we get a yellow, we race back to the checkers. That's all we're going to do. Is it going to be Ritchie? Is it going to be is it going to be Keizer? Is it going to be Allsopp, rather? I don't think they're going to catch Alina Ritchie. Billy Kitchens looking the inside of the 66. That might have just sealed it right there, folks. Emma Keizer for Captain Frank is going to pick up her first win of the season, winning the Quebec Detractors 200. And she denies a playoff driver in advancing into the Final Four to compete for the championship. Woo! That was exciting. That was a really exciting race. Waiting for the standings to get official, as Keizer's going to do her victory lap. What a way to start off the round of 8. Kitchens will get second. He'll keep the points lead heading into Talladega in 2 weeks' time. Victoria Hughes third, Xavier Allsopp fourth. Those two are going to sit pretty, the 88 and the 66. Luis Hernandez in fifth. Shyla Askarov, good run for her in sixth. Ashton Ingersoll seventh. Harrison Jenkins, great run for a driver after he got eliminated from the playoffs, but he'll be going Busch racing next season. Because the 10 drivers that made the playoffs for the Truck Series, they're going Busch racing next season. So congrats to those drivers. Shohei Alinsky gets ninth, and J Ard, 1 week after getting eliminated, a nice top 10 run for her in the 10th position. We only had 2 of our 8 playoff drivers inside the top 10. Where did the other 6 finish? Gotta go all the way down to find Blake Wagner. He was third of the playoff drivers in 17th. J Bodine, 23rd. So we now know who the 4 drivers are in the danger zone. J Underhill, 24th. Sellers, 25th. You look on down to the rest of the finishing results. Olivia Jackson in 30th and Alex Winters 33rd. So I have now know the 4 drivers in the danger zone going into Dega: J Underhill, Marcus Sellers, Olivia Jackson, and Alex Winters. Those 4 are going to need a good run at Talladega, or they could find themselves heading into Homestead in a must-win situation to make the Final Four to compete for the championship. Alina Ritchie was the last driver to finish on the lead lap. Abigail Furling was 1 lap down, but nobody finished out of the race due to our only caution we had in today's race. But what an exciting weekend. Congratulations to Emma Keizer on the win. And she'll be back in that 3 truck next season. Hopefully, she'll make a playoff run for next season. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race at Kansas. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We showed your full finish results. Look down the description. That's where your points and playoff points will be heading into our next race in 2 weeks at Talladega Superspeedway. We got to finish up this race weekend with Kansas for Busch as they start the first race of their second round. And then we have the Cup Series second elimination race, which will have 4 drivers getting eliminated from the championship. And then next week, it's only Winston Cup as they head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. Trucks and Busch will have their final off week before we will see them at Talladega, Homestead, and Toronto to finish off Season 1. We'll see you guys next time, my friends. Until then, I, Bodine, signing off. Goodbye from the amazing Kansas Speedways. You've been watching another broadcast of PCSRA TV, where champions are made since 2010, and 15 years is the best center racing around the world since 2017.